Hello, my name is Chris Waller. I work in the field of training and coaching since the year 2000, and I'm based in Germany, North Rhine-Westphalia, in the town of Heinsberg, which is close to Düsseldorf. My clients come from different industries, and the industries also have different sizes. And basically, I'm working a lot in the field of the identity level. Means if somebody has really an idea about who am I or who is the organization and what would we like to achieve, it's much easier really to work with those people. In general, I do a client-tailored workshop. Means that we beforehand get into a deeper talk and see what is really needed, and then we do workshops or coachings that are really based on the needs of the client. I got very motivated to get the PRI certification because after I've learned a little bit more about it, I got aware of the fact that it was very well elaborated and really evidence-based. And I always like to work with systems that are really bringing, let's say, an added value to the people. And I also believe that the PRI is a possibility to discover some aspects in a team or in a person that might have been undiscovered before and which are really helpful and are the right, if you want so, buttons to press to do major changes. I intend to use the PRI in one-to-one settings and also for teams. I do believe that is a very good starting point for coaching and training processes, because as I said before, it might discover some areas that have been undiscovered before. In addition to that, I think that an aspect of psychoeducation is taking place with people and organizations, and it can also enhance like a company or personal health management systems. One of my debriefs I did during the certification was with a male manager. He is about 47 and he leads about 150 people in a field of production. He's a very interesting personality and I think a highly motivated personality, but still faces a little bit, sometimes struggles with a few points. So it was really interesting to work with the PRI and discover a few aspects with him. We worked together since about 3 years and did a longer coaching process already, and I worked with his teams. So I would say we do have a lot of trust already amongst us. The insights I gained during the work with the PRI and with this specific client was that it gave really a specific twist to the whole coaching process. And I felt that it was very motivating for him to really make changes. So he was far stronger motivated to do something about his situation than before. It was very helpful to me that I had the visualization of the results from the test, because then a few points really became obvious during our dialogue, and it opened up new aspects and new spaces also to elaborate his situation and to talk about changes. He pretty fast understood that he has to make some changes in his lifestyle, for example, and got aware about the connection between different fields that are shown in the PRI to his lifestyle. What was also really became very obvious to him, and that was a really good one, is that he understood perfectly that he's the only one who can do the changes. I'm really excited to use the PRI because to me it is a very fast start also for a coaching process in terms of that it gives like a basis you can work on, and you have directions already from the very beginning on. It's like you're building the fundament for a house, and you have something solid you can rely on, and you also have directions where to go, where's north, south. So this is very helpful to me as an orientation as well. What I enjoyed most with the PRI training is that it was so well structured. I'm a personality that really enjoys structure. And of course the trainers, but they're a little bit more later about the two trainers. And this professional exchange that we had on a very high level. So it felt wonderful to have like a meta position on our work together and on our progresses we made. Okay, working with Nadine and Paul was a great experience to me. Not only they were very supportive and professional, but they also brought up the very best in us. When you're new in a field, of course, you're insecure, and they are the absolute pros. It's let's say their creation. And so it was wonderful to be like held in this framework with two really professional and wonderful people. It is pretty tough for me as a question, or for me to distinguish who would profit most of the PRI certification. I think basically everybody can profit from it, but there is a group, I would say, that has the highest need, and these are really people that are on a very high stress level. And so I would say maybe if there's a group that can be identified, it should be this one. If I would give a piece of advice to newcomers to the certification, or people that are just before making the decision to do the certification, is to really think about the possibilities that might enroll from this instrument for their work, and the impact they can do, not only for a small group or a team, because you all know if you look at systems, it always or oftentimes starts in a very small spot, but at the end of the day we can make huge differences with the PRI for the entire society or working field. They can really, I believe we can do positive changes with this instrument.